Imagine waking up and having absolutely no idea who you are. Now imagine it happens to everyone on Earth at exactly the same moment. Your name is gone. Your childhood is gone. You don't recognize the person sleeping beside you. Parents look at their children and see strangers. And somewhere 30,000 feet above the ground, a pilot suddenly looks at the controls in front of him and wonders why he's sitting there. But here's where things get strange. Losing your memories doesn't necessarily mean losing everything you've ever learned. Scientists distinguish between different kinds of memory. Your personal experiences, your wedding day, your first job, the people you love, are not stored in exactly the same way as practiced skills. So someone might forget ever learning to ride a bicycle, yet still be able to ride one. A pianist might not remember becoming a musician, but their fingers could still know what to do. And an experienced pilot might not remember his own name while still retaining some ability to operate an aircraft. That distinction could determine whether civilization survives. The first few minutes would be chaos. Cars would stop or crash as confused drivers tried to understand where they were. Hospitals would fill with doctors, nurses, and patients who no longer recognized one another. Police officers wouldn't remember their assignments. Government officials wouldn't know why they were sitting inside secure buildings. Millions of people would simply try to figure out where they were. Then humanity would begin discovering clues. Wallets would contain identification. Phones would contain photographs, contacts, and messages. Homes would be filled with evidence of lives nobody remembered living. People would essentially become detectives investigating themselves. Within hours, computers might become humanity's external memory. Records could tell us our names, maps could tell us where we live, databases could identify families, instruction manuals, books, and the internet could preserve enormous amounts of knowledge that individual humans had forgotten. But there would be another problem: trust. Imagine someone showing you a photograph and saying, "I'm your husband." Would you believe them? Imagine someone claiming to be the president, or your doctor, or the person responsible for your bank account. Without memory, identity itself suddenly becomes surprisingly fragile. Eventually, people would begin forming new memories, new friendships, new relationships, perhaps even entirely new personalities. Humanity might survive, but billions of people would essentially begin a second life on the same day. And here's the strangest part. The buildings would still be here, the technology would still work, the books would still contain everything we'd discovered. Civilization wouldn't disappear. We would. At least the versions of ourselves that existed before that moment. So if every human suddenly lost their memory, would humanity rebuild the world we already had? Or would 8 billion people, given a completely fresh start, build something entirely different? Welcome to the Why Vault, where one impossible question can change everything.